We'll be joined shortly by Josh Langford. If you don't have record permission, just let me know. I'm literally sitting down, and we'll get started shortly. I know we were just getting set up on our end. Josh is here. If you could please hit me with questions through the chat. I'm going to get you recording as we go here. Give me a minute. I'm going to get you set to record. Josh, hang on. Bear with us 1 second, please. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Chris, it looks like you have permission to record right now. Are you all set?
Thanks, man.
Okay. Let's go with questions. I'm going to get everybody as quickly as we can. We'll go first to Matt Charbonneau and then to Chris Solari.
Yeah, I need permission real quick, but Josh.
Yep, Matt, I'll get you right now. I'm sorry.
Okay. Josh, I wanted to ask, as well as you guys played defensively, obviously the offense in that second half kind of disappeared for a little bit. Could you point to some of the reasons why you guys were unable to get anything going offensively in that second half?
As I can, watching I would have to watch the film to answer the question as correct as possible. Just because you in the course of the game and you don't necessarily know, I could speak on something that may not necessarily happen, but all I can really say is that I feel like we got good looks for the most part, and the shots just didn't go in. I think, like you said, we defended well. Give credit to Purdue. They fought to the end, and that's what we have to expect. In the Big Ten, every night is going to be a fight for 40 minutes, and so that's what happened.
How does this team bounce back from having a 17-point lead in the second half and losing a game like this? Is it tough to bounce back from this?
It's challenging, of course, but we have to learn. Go back and watch the film. Get the insight and wisdom that we can pull from it, and just keep moving forward. It's no need to hang our heads. It's still early in the season, and I believe we have a great basketball team, and we can do a lot of high-level things. So we just have to stay encouraged, man. There's no need to put our heads down. But like I said, the loss does hurt, especially losing like that. That's tough. And like you said, we had that lead. But at the end of the day, man, we just have to learn and just keep moving forward.
We'll go next to Chris Solari.
Josh, you guys defended the perimeter again against a good three-point shooting team. I guess, can you break down that and, how much of executing the game plan you did there? And then also kind of fill us in on a little bit of the strategy down the stretch with Williams. He seemed to get a lot of buckets there late.
I think we defended the three really well. And if I'm being honest with you, I think we followed our game plan to the T. Williams is an unbelievable player, so you have to expect for him to get some type of shots up and get some offense going. The biggest thing we wanted to do was try to contain them, and I feel like we followed our strategy well. I mean, it just ended up in their favor.
And those final couple seconds, maybe the last 20 seconds after you guys got the lead when Aaron's bucket, kind of what happened there in terms of the turnover and the loose balls and the things that were going on there?
Well, Aaron got that bucket, and then like you said, Joey, I think what happened was it was a free throw, and we lost the ball.
Before that was the Rocket in the corner, getting kind of nudged and out of bounds on the inbound.
Yep. I remember that play specifically. I think, that was kind of an iffy play, but, the ref, I feel like they did a great job tonight. So I can't really call that play out. you can't say that we lost the game because of that one play. I think it was a culmination of things. And at the end of the day, man, I feel like we did the best we could do. And Purdue, they played well. They played hard. And so we just have to watch the film and really just learn.
We'll go next to Lindsey Huddleston from SPS.
Thank you. Hey, Josh, I'm just curious to know, with a game like this, do you see this having implications in the tournament later? Like, this is a game you learn from. It was very close. It was very tight. But then you get into tournament play, and these are the type of films sessions that come up that you learn from?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I think every game, prepares you for the tournament, especially a game like this. When it's in the tournament, is win or go home. And so I think, having games like this, it really prepares you to kind of get that, to fill out that intensity and that urgency that's going to be in that, in those games. And regardless of whether they're fans in the stands or not, it's still going to be intense. It's still going to have a sense of urgency. And you really seen that tonight, So I think we can definitely learn from this game, and it prepares for the future.
All right. Thank you for that.
Yes, sir.
I don't see any further questions for Josh. I'll give it one last call before we close out and go to Coach Izzo. Seeing no further questions, Josh, thank you for taking your time, and we'll have Coach Izzo shortly.
All right. Thank you.
All right, we're joined by Coach Izzo, who will start us off with an opening statement.
Yeah, one of the more disappointing losses we've had, and give Purdue credit. They did the things that needed to do in the second half. The turnovers, we had 10 of them in the second half, and that really hurt. Never got into a rhythm. Our defense was phenomenal. Hold the team to 33% and 12 from the 3 and lose. We didn't rebound it very well. We have a rule here that the day of every game, we work on free throw cutouts. Now, I think the guy was over our back. I'm anxious to see the film. But I said they cost people games all the time, and that one cost us one. I thought we called the timeout. We told them to. And just had some plays at the end. Thought people were over Rocket's back, but we didn't deserve to win. They deserved to win because they made winning plays, and we had 3 great free throw shooters, and Aaron, Joey, and Rock each missed the second one of a 1 or 2 shot. And I think you got to give a lot of credit to Travion Williams. Love the kid, plays hard, keeps his mouth shut. Plays well against Michigan and Michigan State, deservingly so. And he was the difference in the game. To guard the 3-point line like we did, to do the things we did and not win. That's what happens when you turn the ball over. You never get into a rhythm offensively. And you got to give their defense credit too. So disappointing loss, but we're playing harder, and I'm going to find something positive in it. Not a lot, though. Questions?
We'll start with a question from Stoney.
Yeah, Coach. Hindsight always 20/20. Bingham and Sissoko, especially Bingham, played so good in the first half. Do you regret maybe not putting them in the second half? A little defense on Williams when he got hot in the second half at all?
Well, they were moving so much. We had some struggles with those guys on some things that what we didn't want to do is give up a 3 because we didn't think they could keep beating us with the 2. So I don't know, hindsight, I'll look at the film and figure it out. But, you know, a week ago, you guys would have asked what the hell Bingham's doing in the game. So I did what I did, and it's all falls on me. So blame me for it. Didn't mean it like that, Stoney, but I'm not in a very good mood.
Okay. It's all right.
Next up, Matt Charbonneau.
Tom, as well as the defense played, I know you went for a stretch about 12 minutes there without a bucket in the second half. I know you couldn't get much of a rhythm, but, you know, what was it they were doing that kind of kept – I know you missed some shots, but
well, the turnovers. I mean, of the 10 turnovers, I think 8 of them were in about that 10-minute span. So we didn't even get any shots. Hit 41 shots for the game, and I thought their defense was part of it, but we turned it over traveling. We made some foolish turnovers, but I don't know. You know, I got to watch the film before I say things I don't really understand and know. I don't know. Maybe their defense was even better than I thought. I thought we took a couple of bad shots. They get you out of control. I thought we did that a little bit, but I don't know, get to the line and make some of those big free throws late. You box out once and you still win the game. So, you know, it's always been like this. It was a football game on hardwood. It's been that way for 30 some years. And they made the big plays at the end, a couple of loose balls. You know, we said if the ball goes on the floor, we're going to get a timeout. We didn't get it. I don't know. I don't know until I watch the film.
Up next, Chris Solari.
It's not often you see a team get 3 possessions in a 20 seconds, 19 second span that Purdue got there down the stretch. I wondered if you could kind of walk through maybe those last 20 seconds a little bit in terms of what happened.
Well, they got an offensive rebound. That was one. And then they, you know, we had the ball out and I don't know. I couldn't see. You guys might have saw replays of whether they knocked it out of Rocket's hand. It looked from me like they were over his back. I couldn't see it. So I don't know. I didn't like the call at all. And then they get it in, and you know, Aaron on that one foul, he had the ball almost, and it just basketball gods weren't with us. And there's a couple of those things that were an inch either way, and it went the other way. And you got to give them credit. You got to give Travion credit. He came up with a lot of those. We didn't come up with them. So I don't even know what happened. I know Rockets play. I know the missed free throw. I know them getting it out and getting it out again. I don't know.
Up next, Lindsey Huddleston.
Hey, Tom, I'll see if I can point out some positives. Michigan State values were on display with the solidarity at the beginning of the game, the solidarity circle. Just touching on the logistics of that and resilience at the end. Do you think your guys were close to being resilient, or were they close, or is it more work to be done with that mental toughness and resilience late in the game?
As far as before the game, you know, I was so sickened by the ridiculous events in Washington, D.C. And when I talked to my team, I made the decision. I just said, maybe a bunch of 20-year-olds can teach a bunch of adults at 2 teams, and I talked to Matt about it, that have gone head-to-head for 30 years that I've been here, hate each other during the game, but respect each other. You know, I feel sad that our country is so screwed up that these poor kids, what do they got to look forward to? You know, was that fair what happened there? Was it handled the same way it would have been happened if there were different circumstances? I thought no. And so I said to Matt, hey, let's go out there and show the old people that these young people need role models. They need to look at something and understand it. And I think if Michigan State and Purdue can battle with respect, maybe one day the Democrats and Republicans and whatever other people are out there can start doing what's best for our country instead of what's doing best for themselves. Tonight, I thought both teams did what's best for college basketball and our country. and not selfishly for themselves. So hats off to the 20-year-olds. When I talked to my team about it, they were 100% for it. When Matt talked to his team about it, they were 100% for it. So, we lost a tough game, and I really don't want to talk about this, but I do think we blame kids for changing. It's the adults that change. It's the adults that do the things that have been done. And so maybe we better look in a mirror and quit blaming the young people and start blaming us, because it's us that can control some of those things. And that's the only thing we did today. We just felt bad for people doing the destructive things they did. And our 20-year-olds and my own kids have to watch that and think that's normal. That's the way our country is. So that was the only reason for that. As far as the resiliency, we didn't bounce back real good. I mean, we did get back up to a 6-7 point lead, I think. And I mean, they made some plays and we just didn't make plays. And I don't have any blame for anybody. I thought, for the most part, we can't play much harder than we played. But playing hard is only part of the job. You got to play hard, you got to play good, and you got to play smart. And turnovers, have been a problem in the last 2 games. I knew Purdue's defense, the way they come at you, but our turnovers weren't caused by their defense as much as they were caused by, I think, just some foolish plays. So we'll look at that, see if we can correct it.
All right, thank you, Tom.
Up next, Brendan Quinn.
Tom, I feel silly asking a basketball question after that last answer, but when you're in the last handful of minutes there and you stuck with that, with the small lineup, what did you like that they were doing out there? Was it you liked what they were doing, or you were more concerned about going back to one of your 5s, if that makes sense?
No, we just didn't want to give up a 3. We didn't feel as comfortable with some of the other guys. Joey had done a good job on him, to be very honest with you, but then he got his 4th foul, and Malik had been playing pretty good, and they ran some stuff, got it high to low, and I thought there was a lot of pushing off both ways, and we didn't want to give up a 3, and we were afraid with other bigs we might do that because they were going with Wheeler in there, who's a shooter. So that was the decision I make. Like I said, I'm all good with critical decisions. I'm not like half the people where if I didn't make the right one, I'll man up to it. And if I did make the right one, I'll look at it on film and tell you why. But I'll tell you this, game should have never come down to that. If we don't turn the ball over, if we move the ball like we did the first half, game should have never come down to that. So, and if you cut out on the free throw line, you win, and we don't ask these kind of questions. And yet I don't blame you for asking them when we don't win, because we played well enough to win and we didn't do the things we needed to do. But that is the reason for it. They put big guys in there too, but sometimes our skinny big guys, you got to remember when Markey was in there a lot, Travion wasn't in there as much because he was in foul trouble. And Travion's a load. And we just felt we had, like I said, I thought Joey did a hell of a job on him when he was on him. And he got his 4th foul. And we just went with what we thought. We were worried about free throw shooting, and Monty and Markey aren't as good at free throw shooters. And so that's a decision I made.
How do you feel about the mental makeup of this group right now to bounce back from, high, low, high?
Oh, they'll bounce back. Guys were hurt in the locker room. Nobody was mad at anybody, including me. I mean, I told you guys, I thought it would take till the middle of January for us to come around. There's some changes, and there's some things that, we got to get straightened out still. We still got to get Joey and Josh. I thought Josh played pretty good, but we took a couple of bad shots there in the second half. And so, I'm not worried about the mental makeup. I'm worried about the schedule. I mean, it doesn't get any easier, but I'm not worried about the mental makeup. This team is not lost. It's not, there's nothing. It's all good. We practiced really hard. We were worried about the quick turnaround. We've had 2 9 o'clock games and coming back. And next week we got a 9 o'clock out and come back Sunday afternoon, you know. But it is what it is. And we just got to play better. We just got to quit turning the ball over so we get some shots. I mean, we were shooting pretty good the first half, 52%, and mostly because it was moving. We didn't have one fast break basket. We didn't think we ran very good. Talked about that at halftime. We didn't shoot it very good from the three, but I thought the ball was moving and we got made some good plays. It just, it's a shame, you know. You'll never know how hard it is to lose a game like that when the effort was there and maybe the skill wasn't.
Thanks, Tom.
All right, Coach, that's all the questions for you tonight. Thank you. We'll have Aaron Henry here shortly. Okay, at this point, we're joined by Aaron Henry. We'll take questions for Aaron in the chat. First question will go to Chris Solari.
Hey, Aaron. Obviously, this is one of those games that you probably look back on for a long time to try and figure out what happened there. But I guess in those final 20 seconds, could you kind of walk through what happened and then just kind of what the feeling was when that last shot that you had didn't go?
I think in those last 20 seconds, they made the effort plays. A couple of things went their way. I missed a free throw before that. I missed that floater at the end. It's just winning time, and we gotta grow from it. Watch the film, understand what happened, but nothing will change about us. Tomorrow, come back to work, preparing for the next team. We'll look at this film, grow from it, learn from it. Tough loss, it is what it is, man. You got to face the facts, grow from it, and continue to get better.
Next one, we'll go to Matt Charbonneau.
Aaron, in that second half, when you're going like 12 minutes without a bucket for a while, do you start feeling like you guys are pressing a little, like nothing's really working offensively? How do you guys work through that?
No, I feel like I've played in those type games before. I mean, that's just how the game was just going. It was low scoring. It felt like a high school game with no shot clock, where guys are just playing really intense defense, grinding it out. And, we got to look at the film, see what shots we could have had, where the miscommunication was on offense, and things we could have did better. But, yeah, we just got to look at it, man, and get better from it.
Next, we'll go to Lindsey Huddleston.
Hey, Aaron, tough outing. Talk about highs and lows. Just less than 7 days ago, you had a career high, and now you had that loss. Can you talk about how you manage the emotions of being up and down? And you even referenced high school. Was it like that for you in high school, like it is now, or are you better at dealing with it?
Yeah, I'm not really an emotional guy when it comes to that. The formula doesn't change. The preparation never changes with me and our team. And, you got to come back to the drawing board tomorrow with an open mind, ready to learn, ready to get better. You can't, and I've never seen anybody go back and change anything in life. And that's one of the things that I grasped a better focus on, just maturing as a leader and understanding that, and take advantage of the present, of the now, of those effort plays we could have had in the last 20 seconds, of those things that we could have did to not have this feeling again. That's something that I can't stress enough, or coaches can't stress enough, just to us. And it's going to need it everybody tonight. But, in times like these and in adversity, people grow. I can't wait to see the steps that we take next and how far this team can go. I'm anxious to see it, and we'll chalk it up, and it is what it is. But, sit on it for tonight, man. But we got another one coming up.
All right, I appreciate that. Thank you.
Up next is Kyle Austin.
Aaron, I know you obviously weren't guarding him, but Travion had 24 in the second half. What was he doing so well?
Just around the basket, just finishing. He's a big, cause down there. He's finishing over guys. Left shoulder, man, he's dominant, and he showed that for sure, man. And it is what it is. He did play well.
Anything else for Aaron? All right. I don't have anything else. Thanks for your time, Aaron.
See you guys.
All right. And that's going to wrap us up tonight here, guys. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Matt.
Thanks,
Thank
Matt.
you.